everyone. Welcome back to the Brother Sister Show, a family-owned and operated podcast hosted by me and my sister, Livia. My name is Anthony,
Hello.
by the way. This week, we're talking about Last Night in Soho.
Boy, are we.
But hold off on your thoughts, because we normally catch up in this first little bit. So, what's new? What's happening? Halloween has happened. It's done.
It has. I don't know. This year's felt weird. Like last year, I feel like, I don't remember what I did for Halloween either, but like, I don't know. I think because of obviously what happened last year and what's continuing to happen this year, I was thinking like, oh, this year we're going to do.
It's the comeback year.
I was like, I'm going to do so many things. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to go to a party, yeah. But I honestly, if you told me that it was not Halloween this Sunday, then I would have been like, oh yeah, it didn't feel like Halloween. So it's okay. Next year, we'll see if I do something next year. But next year is the year. But yeah, I don't know. This year's felt weird. Like my birthday, like Halloween. I'm hoping that Christmas or maybe Thanksgiving. I'm hoping one of them actually feels like a holiday, because currently, I don't know. It just feels like any other day. All sad. But yeah, it was relaxing, I guess. We did have a weird incident, but I don't know. I'm probably not going to get into that, but everything's fine. But it kind of took up the majority of our Saturday. But yeah. But we are going to make up for it tomorrow. And Sebastian and I are going to go see Antlers, I think.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. But yeah, just, chilling.
That's
Didn't
weird.
do much. Didn't even watch that many scary movies, honestly.
This year felt extra spooky for me. Like normally it's just another day, but I think because I kind of forced myself to watch all these scary movies, I kind of got into the mood,
See, and I didn't watch any.
Ultimately, did not finish Spooktober. I think I'm just gonna watch them. I mean, I watched more than half. It's a little weird because like we recorded an episode 100, triple digits, before we recorded this one. So we talked about one of the movies that I watched. But Halloween was cool because I watched a bunch of horror movies, like 3 or 4. So that was cool. Didn't really dress up though. So there's that. Didn't really have a costume though. Like nothing to do for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt weird. One year I want to be that person that dresses up, because I've never really had a good costume. So I want to, go all out. Maybe I'll have my own Halloween party or something. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I really like Halloween and I love spooky stuff. But I just felt... Also, like, October was just such a weird month for me. Like, just a rough month. And so I feel like I just was focused on getting... Like, bouncing back from that. So it was kind of hard to enjoy what I usually enjoy. But I think... I kind of want to do, because you know how we like talked about maybe I could do like a Christmas thing, because last year I didn't watch scary movies every day, but I did like recommend them on our Discord, and I kind of like I that's one thing I feel like I missed out on, is doing something like that. And so I know we talked about me doing something for Christmas, like watching just Christmas movies, but I don't know, I feel like that's torture. And like I've said, I'm the person that I watch horror films like not really on October, because it just feels like it's the thing you do. I like watching them, just all the time. So I think I kind of want to do something for December, where I do like a spooky December.
You should do. I think I mentioned it on one of the episodes, but like a 12 Days of Christmas, because that's not as intense as the full 30 days or...
I don't know. I feel like I could do...
31.
Yeah, I feel like I could do 31 days, though.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
it's
know.
like
I feel like it's really easy, and if you
I'm a full-time student, okay?
and I'm a full-time dog mom
No,
and employee.
what I did was I just put too many foreign horror films
Oh,
like
that
at
need
the
your full
end.
attention.
That yeah, and I can't really do that. So my own fault, but I'm still gonna watch them.
You live and you learn. I don't know. Maybe I will do 12 Days of Christmas, but I don't know. I think it would be. I just wonder. Maybe we can talk it out now. But is it more interesting to like try to find that many Christmas movies, because I'm not that cheery of a person, so I feel like that would be a difficult thing for me to do. Or should I watch horror films when nobody else is thinking about them, when everybody else is trying to be joyful? I'm like, let me watch Bone Tomahawk.
Well, I think what you need, I think it has to be like a Christmas theme. Like you can, I don't know, because if you do 12 Days of Christmas, which I think is perfectly themed.
Yeah, that's true.
You can, I mean, you can still have some spooks. You can throw Krampus in there,
I don't know. I've seen so many movies though that I feel like, well, maybe I can try to find. I'll definitely look for movies that I've never seen, but I feel like I'm just gonna do the classics. I mean, I think there are a lot of classics I haven't seen. Like, there's like old movies that I haven't seen that I think would be really hard for me to. So maybe that's the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did.
Sorry, go on.
That's what I did for Spooktober. Like
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it, and sad that I couldn't finish, like within the time frame. But like it pushed me out of my comfort zone, and it pleasantly surprised, gotta say.
Well, maybe I'll try that. And well, I think what I'm trying to say is I won't do all movies that I haven't seen, because I feel like that would be hard to do. But I don't think I'm going to do just 12 movies though. I think I'm going to do like 12 days where I have like, let's say I find like 20 movies I really want to watch, then I have 12 days to watch all of them.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll do that, or I'll see if maybe 12 is enough. I don't know. Because there's some classics that I love. Like there's The Holiday that I watch just all the time. Stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Or movies that, or maybe that's what the conversation is like movies that have Christmas in it. Like the big debate of if Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Right. We did that on this, right? And did we do it around Christmas time?
I think so, and because we talked about it a little bit. But yeah, we'll see.
Green Night, you could do the Green Night?
Christmas element. Yeah, oh, yeah, I could.
There you go.
Maybe I'll try to do something fun with it too, because I see people that do, there's this this couple on TikTok, they'll watch like, I don't know what it was for, but I think they would just randomly pick out of like a hat an envelope, and it would have a movie they would watch, a snack, and the snack that they would make or something, and it was like themed with the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
That'd be kind of cool to like do something like that, like make myself a treat, or like get like an advent calendar or something.
Oh, a movie advent calendar?
Ooh, I could do that, where I buy all the Blu-rays or something.
That would be cool.
Or I kind of like randomize it, where I'll just like put them in an envelope or something. Maybe not that. I'll do it probably just on Letterboxd, but
yeah. Right. Or you could do it in the Discord. That would be cool.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Somehow integrating that. I like this. This is good. This is getting me excited, because I want to do something as well. That would be cool. Or even if it's just like hopping on your thing and just watching what you have, whatever you decide.
We could do that. If I would have been in the right mind space, I probably would have done the same for yours, but maybe next year.
Yeah.
But every now and then, maybe we can also do like, maybe we should try to do something like this every now and then. So like maybe in a couple of months, because there's not really a holiday that has, like movies we could do, or maybe for the Oscars, we can try to watch every single movie that's nominated in like every category. Cool. I want to do that for sure.
You know what I was thinking?
And then like
this is the
Marvel
idea
movies
portion
or something. But yeah.
Yeah, just like go through different categories just throughout the year. I like that because someone followed me on Letterboxd. I want to give them a shout out. They do this thing where they have like each month they have a director deep dive. So they just watch all of the movies that a specific director has. I don't know if I'll shout them out actually. I don't want to put them on the spot.
Why?
Oh, well,
That's
Thomas
not on
Brown.
the spot if they're...
Thomas Brown on Letterboxd. Right now that he's going through Wong Kar-wai's stuff, movies.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was just thinking right now, since this is the idea part of the podcast, it'd be cool if we did some sort of like Oscars or award show at the end of the year, like best of 2021
for the movies that we watched, or just like movies that we liked of the year.
Movies that we like of 2021.
And we can just give like we can have actual like best picture and whatnot, but then we can make up our own.
Exactly,
and be
like really funny.
Like, for instance, the most upset I was in a theater, and I don't know what movie that would go to.
Like the Dundies, but for our podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the longest I talked about a movie or something like that.
Exactly, like
okay.
Most disappointed in.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on this episode. Well, maybe I'll get like a clip. I don't know. Making a lot of work for myself, but...
I mean, I think it's worth it for the craft, but
for the art.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I think we should commit to watching every single, maybe we can see what is nominated. Because I was going to say every category, like every televised category. We watch every movie.
When do they drop the noms?
Usually in January. And maybe we could see how close it is. And every week we could try to do one category. Where you're like, oh god, that'd be fucking hard, but I think we can do it.
I think we can.
We don't have to do. Maybe we can say maybe not every televised, but just like the acting, directing. Like the main ones.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be some crossover. Hopefully.
Yeah, but I think we should do that because I've never done that before and I've always wanted to. And then one year I'm gonna watch every single one that's been nominated.
In general,
in like every category.
How many categories are there? Do you know? Top of the head.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Not very keen of you.
Okay.
Categories. Oscars. But okay, so while I look this up, what have you watched?
Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't really talk about this last time. Let me check my letterbox because I've been a little bit better at not that great. Okay, so I kind of talked about this on the, I guess, episodes coming out. I watched Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. And that movie was very bad. I didn't like it. Like
at all.
Yeah, we said it like in sync. And then yeah, okay. So I'm a stan of Paranormal Activity. And it just wasn't a Paranormal Activity movie. It used the found footage kind of, but as soon as like the very first shot, I looked at Sebastian and I said, I know this, I'm going to hate this. And he didn't say why, but I like still, expanded on my thoughts because it doesn't matter if people ask me or not. But I said because the film or the footage looks too good. And I hate found footage where it looks like really good.
Oh,
and I guess the excuse was that they were like they were filming a documentary, which is also strike 2. If you start found footage where you're like, oh, we're in the middle of filming a documentary, I already hate it.
Why is that?
I don't know. It just doesn't. It rarely works. Like there's only a few that I feel like work. Because I don't know. It's also not scary. Because maybe just going towards the like Paranormal Activity like aspect of it. It's the first time they've done that, and I feel like that's strike 1 in not being a Paranormal Activity movie because like there's like Taking of Deborah Logan. I don't know if you've seen that one. There's like that one. There's there's like it's called like The Devil Inside or something. That one's bad. Like
The Devil
everyone
Within,
that I can think of. Oh, there's also Last Exorcist that is actually good. But the rest of them, what I mean is not like Lake Mungo where you're watching a fully formed documentary. It's where they started off as like we're filming a documentary as the premise. The recent ones, like I feel like past Blair Witch, they kind of are steadily declining. Like I can think of maybe 2 or 3 more that are actually good that do it that way. But yeah, I don't know. I just not a fan.
Interesting.
And then I watched a documentary that's talking about the making of Paranormal Activity. And that one was interesting. It kind of, I didn't realize it would go, I wish it just stuck on the first one and talked more about the technical aspect and how they promoted it. I just didn't really care for it beyond that. But it was cool how like honest they were. Like even Jason Blum was like there was a part where they were talking about, you know, continuing the films and how they didn't really plan to, but then they just like happened. And he was like, yeah. And then like, you know, the 4th and the 6th one were, you know, the worst ones. And I don't know, it felt refreshing that they were like really honest about it. And even talking about like, yeah, he was kind of a nightmare to work with. And he was like in the documentary, like talking about how he was a nightmare to work with.
That's funny.
And that was kind of funny. And then I did recognize that a guy that wrote a lot of the Paranormal Activity like sequels, he on Twitter was defending this Next of Kin one where he was like, you know, you guys don't want us to do something different. Like, why do you know, he's just like basically defending the fact that it is not really a Paranormal Activity movie. And I'm like, part of me is like, okay, I agree with you. But then just don't make another Paranormal Activity. Like, why do you have to make the same goddamn... Like, leave it alone. Leave that, I guess, that IP or that name. Okay, do... The movie you made was not bad, but putting it under the Paranormal Activity, like, world is not... Like, that was not necessary. And that was my anger about this, is it feels like you're, like... And the thing he said, too, is, like... Oh, you guys want us to like bring out Katie like she's some fucking show horse or show pony or something. And I was, at least for me, I'm like, that's not what I mean. I don't think that she needs to be in every single one. But I think if you're just going to make a movie and if you're arguing to depart from a franchise, then just depart from it and you just don't make another Paranormal Activity. Like nobody's asking for this. And if you watch it and you just put another name on it, like if it was just Next of Kin, that would have been fine. It was not it had no like remnants or even like same spirit that Paranormal Activity had. That's what my anger is with it, you know. Yeah, and I could rant about this for longer than people probably care to hear about it, but that just made me upset. But then I watched VHS 94. I don't know if I talked about this on the last one.
Don't think so.
But I liked it. It was like not as good, but I like the VHS movies. I think they're pretty I don't know, they go
Found
there.
footage.
I like it. Yeah, I like that kind of like anthology way of telling a story. And there was like 2 of the stories this time that I liked. It's usually like one is really good and the rest like kind of decline as you go further. And that was the same for this one. Like one of them was pretty good and actually disturbed me, and the rest of them were kind of like eh. And then the last one, let me see. Oh, the only movie on Halloween that we watched was The Invisible Man. Sebastian hadn't seen it, and we were trying to like flip through movies. I was like, I can force you to watch The Village again, or we can watch The Invisible Man because he hadn't.
I haven't seen Invisible Man.
It's on HBO Max, I think. And it's pretty good. I think you would like it. It does like some really cool things with the genre. Yeah, that one's pretty. I think when it first came out, it was talked about like a lot, like not a lot, but a good amount.
Right. Yeah.
But I kind of like I don't hear about it that much anymore. It has like one of the coolest scenes I've seen in a while. That I love watching people's reaction to it. So
I think we talked about it, like either the dinner scene.
Yeah,
we talked about it on one episode. I don't really remember when. Probably when it came out.
Yeah. Oh, you have seen it?
No, we talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
You told me that pretty much the same thing. Like, we're having this conversation again.
Okay. Well, there you go. But yeah, a good rewatch, good Halloween watch, and yeah, I just watch YouTube videos now.
Yeah, same here with the YouTube. I keep on getting recommended videos. I'm like I don't know how they know. It's just like they're all short clips. That's why I feel okay committing to it, because it's it just
been watching my girl Jenny. I think it's Jenny Nicholson, the girl I told you about. I've been binging all of her videos. She's so funny, and she just like does it like this. She doesn't even add any clips or anything, and it's still so good. And
we need to get to her level. Oh, we need to have her on.
Oh, she's her videos. I was just watching one, and even like on movies that I haven't even seen, or she'll like do some about fan fiction. Like there's this trend of people writing fan fiction about One Direction, but in the universe of The Purge.
That's funny.
But I'm watching one right now about Colin Trevorrow. Remember that guy that did Jurassic World? He was supposed to do the last Star Wars of the new trilogy.
Yeah.
And he wrote a script, and she's like reading it and going through it and like talking about how it's like a mess. But
very cool.
Yeah, I love her. She's great.
Shout out.
Right, what have you been watching?
So I kind of skipped around on my Spooktober list. Children of the Corn is one I watched. All of these I haven't rated, but I think I'm gonna do that later tonight, because I was gonna wait to log them in order, but at this point it's like whatever.
Just whatever.
So Children of the Corn, have you ever seen it?
No, I know I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
The premise hits too close, I think, because it's this couple that drives across the country, because the guy, they're driving to Seattle because they're going for a job. He has a job as a physician, and they stop in like this small town, and then that's where shit happens. And for those of you who don't know, I'm doing the same thing practically a year from now. So watching this was just food for thought. Food for thought. But I liked it. The kids in it were creepy. Like the pastor, his name was Isaac. He was like 45, but he looked 12. Like I think he was actually young, but he looked super old. Didn't watch a lot, but on the list I watched Nocturne. Came out last year.
Ooh, this is the one I think I told you that you should watch.
Yeah, with Sydney Sweeney.
Because of the ending. Because the last shot is, I loved.
Yeah, I really liked it. Where she's like on the statue.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me.
It was very interesting, just like as a premise overall. Like. My only critique I'd say is they didn't go into, I guess they didn't really need to, but the original lady from the first scene, Moira, like her story, thinking about it, it does feel complete, but I wanted more. Or whatever.
Yeah. Very cool last shot though.
Yeah. It almost didn't look like her. Like.
Yeah. I think that's what's so jarring about it.
Yeah. So I watched that on Halloween. Then let me bring up, what else did I watch? Oh, I watched Scream. That
You've
one.
never seen it?
No, never seen it. On the next episode, you guys kept on talking about like reclaiming horror movies that like haunted you. And I really like that idea, so I've reclaimed Scream. I really liked it.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it was, and I liked how I thought it was going to be super cheesy when I realized what was happening, how they were just like commentating on the genre, like giving all the rules and all that. But it
kind of works though.
Yeah, it did. But thought it was great.
I wonder too, like at the time that the movie was released, because like now I feel like a lot of movies have taken that where they make fun of it, where they're like, oh, if you're gonna,
Right.
if you guys are going off to have sex, you're gonna die, like that kind of thing. But I think at the time, this was the first movie that kind of like made fun of that genre and pointed that out.
Definitely.
Those like, because I don't know if hopefully a lot of people that are listening have seen it, but he literally like lists what the rules are of being in a horror film.
Yeah, no sex, no drugs, no alcohol, all that.
And like who the final girl is and yeah.
Which I like. It just, fun. Makes me, so Kayla's, I watched it with Kayla and she's super excited for, or like, we're both into it. So like right now we were watching Scream 2. So we're going to go through it.
Okay, you're in the like middle of watching it?
Yeah, we're like halfway through.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to. There's like a kind of a fun fact that I know. Well, it's not really fun, but it's like a piece of trivia I know about the second one. Where well, maybe I won't say. I'll wait till you finish it and I'll tell you.
Fair enough.
Well, we'll probably do the new Scream on the podcast.
Yeah, probably. So I think it's only fair that I catch up. It's funny because the first one has Matthew Lillard, right? Obviously.
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
And he's Shaggy, and the second one has Daphne. I don't know the actress's name. But there's like a lot of big names in the second one.
Yeah. And the thing too that I think was like a really new and novel idea and what made people really love it from the get-go was how I think they at the time they like heavily promoted that Drew Barrymore was going to be in it. Or maybe I don't know if they didn't. Or I think they did. Where she was like in all the trailers and it was like a big deal that because she's obviously always been a big star. And I mean, spoiler, she dies in the very first scene and never seen again. Like that's the only scene she's in. And I think that's like the first time, another like first of like people were like, what the fuck? Like there's a movie. Have you seen a movie called Life with like Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like the first one in a while that I'd seen that done that. Where I think Ryan Reynolds dies in like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, he does pretty early on.
So, love that. Oh, and the girl from that's in Dune is in that movie.
In Life, yeah. She,
yeah.
Jessica. I don't know the actress's name.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going through those, and then on Halloween, the last movie we watched was The Conjuring.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I will say,
Solid.
like I had seen bits and pieces of it. I don't think I'd seen the ending. Surprised no one died. Oh, spoiler. Sorry.
I mean, these movies have been out for so long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess nobody did die. Huh.
But I wasn't upset, like too upset. It would have been cool. Like realistic, I think.
That's my rule in everything. More people should die.
Yeah.
In every movie and TV show.
There's a death quota.
Yeah, but this is like based on a true story, so.
That's true. That's
of
a
a true haunting.
That was the last one we watched of the night, and that was kind of spooky.
Didn't you watch like the third one and the second one?
Probably. I probably did, but when this one came out, I was probably too terrified.
Yeah, that tracks.
And then, different media. I've been reading, because I finished Dune. Fantastic, by the way. I've been reading Project Hail Mary. This is probably backwards, right?
No.
Okay. By Andy Weir. It's same dude who wrote The Martian. Absolutely fantastic. He did it again.
I need to get back into my reading game. I used to read a lot.
Yeah, I want to get back in the game. Like I bought the second book in the Dune franchise. I learned that there's 18 books. There's 18 books in like the Dune.
Wow.
And they cover like 34,000
Can you just summarize them for me?
That'll take a while. There's videos.
There's back to Jenny Nicholson. She did she covered another fan fiction of this girl that wrote about being stuck on an island with Josh Hutcherson. Do you know who that is? Josh Hutcherson.
That name sounds familiar.
I think that's his name. He's the guy that's in the Hunger Games, but he plays
he
PETA.
plays PETA, yeah.
Yes. So that's the fan fiction. And during it, like one of them, it's just like a terrible fan fiction. And one of the scenes that the girl wrote is that she like is a fan, and so she and she wants to be an actress. That's another thing.
Oh.
And so she asks him to like reenact some of his movies
I hate that.
for her. So that's what you would need to do, is to reenact them.
Oh, okay. It gets crazy from what I've
Dunes.
heard. Dunes.
Well, that's weird. I can't believe I haven't heard. I always thought it was just one movie. Like, I thought this movie was based on that, like the first, or that one movie by David Lynch. I didn't know it was like a series. But
Well, now you do.
wild. Well, there you go. Do you want to talk about? Oh, wait, do you want to wait to talk about the record, right?
Oh, yeah.
That we do that later. I forget.
Yeah, we'll save it. Is some of it coming off? Can you see? I have to
He's like
reapply.
peeking over a little bit, but
You
it's okay.
sly fuck.
I still can't see his face.
Okay,
so.
good. That's all that matters.
I forgot to watch the movie. So do we want to postpone
Yeah, we'll postpone
Family Tree
for,
Game?
for 2 weeks. Come back on
2 weeks?
well, because
Oh, yeah,
next
okay.
week is
Yeah.
episode 100. We'll get
It'll
back
take
to
me
it.
2 weeks to watch that movie.
We'll get back to it on the 18th. That
Okay.
episode.
Fair enough. All right. Break time?
Yeah, let's take a break. When we get back, last
Oh,
night
shit.
was
Wait,
so-
no.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I have to stop this right now because we need to talk about something.
Oh my goodness. How did I can't believe I almost forgot.
It was the only talking point that you said, and it was in all
In the
caps.
thread.
So I feel like we need to. Okay, I feel like
The man's done it again.
I don't understand.
He's convinced Hollywood that he's
a voice actor.
a voice actor and deserves to be in all of these movies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they got the memo, but Parks and Rec ended like what, 5 years ago? Like, it ended so long ago, and that's when his like peak was. Nobody cares anymore. I feel like people borderline like hate him now. I just am not. He's not that interesting. Also, like, why would you? I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The last celebrity or the last actor to play Garfield was Bill Murray, was he not?
It's perfect.
How do you translate that?
Okay. For
Like,
those
is
of
he
you who
supposed to be
don't
grumpy
know,
or something?
because we didn't say it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For those of you who don't know, I'm
Further.
sorry that I have to break the news to you. You might want some water. Chris Pratt is Garfield. You heard that right. Chris Pratt is
Yep.
Garfield. Animated Garfield, but still.
Maybe we need a fact check, because maybe they're like he's in the movie and he plays the owner, because I would get that. I would be like, okay, I don't get it, but I'd be like, all right.
I get that. You support
but
that.
Garfield?
No, yeah, the Hollywood
Garfield.
Reporter. He's set to voice Garfield. It doesn't make any sense.
It makes somehow it makes even less sense than Mario.
I feel like they're fucking with us at this point. Like, it's not real.
Yeah, that's so funny, and it feels like too, because I only saw like 2 articles on it, so it feels like a publicist saw what happened when he was cast as Mario, and they were like, "Fuck, okay, well he signed the contract, so we can't fire him. Let's just wait until the day after Halloween, and just release it to one publication, and just like wait for the news to blow over." Yeah.
Won't even get that big.
Or let's have it leak or something. That's fucking wild. Chris Pratt is Garfield. I'm willing to bet before the end of the year he drops out of one of them.
Really?
Unless it's filmed, but I feel like he would drop out of one of them.
Which one would you want him to?
I mean, I'm not going to watch either movie, so it really doesn't matter to me. But it feels like probably Mario, because it feels like that has more of a... Well, first of all, there's already a voice actor. So, like, why? And I feel bad for that guy. And, like, for Garfield, it's a comic, right? So it's not really, like, the movie is kind of like an added thing. So, Garfield, I didn't even watch the other ones. I wasn't even interested at all. But like for Mario, I feel like that has more of a like bigger audience, bigger target audience.
Sure. Well, Chris Pratt, this is a call to action. Livia wants you to
Quit.
drop that contract. Burn it.
I feel like he's going to drop out of one of them, but we'll see. And then they're going to say it's scheduling conflicts.
Oh.
That's my prediction. Maybe not. Maybe he'll go through with all of it, but I don't know. That's my prediction.
All right.
Heard it here first.
That's funny. Yeah, he's going to drop out of Garfield because he's going to be, I don't know, like a live action Rick. Like a Rick and Morty. He's just going to be in everything.
I guess so. I don't know who's asking for it, but you got your wish, and I hope you're fucking happy.
At what cost?
Let's take an hour break to process the news.
Yeah. Our condolences.
To Bill Murray. All right. See you after this. An aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker. In Last Night in Soho. Directed by Edgar Wright, written by Edgar Wright and Christy Wilson Carnes, starring Thomasin McKenzie, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Matt Smith.
Critics gave it a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 3.7 average on Letterboxd.
Okay. This is why I feel like I'm going insane. Because, okay, let me first explain my board. Because I think I've used this meme, or I've used this, meme a lot, because it's one of my favorites. But it's exactly how I feel about this movie. So I think you probably could insert it, Anthony, if you remember. There's an interview that, I forgot who it was, but they had with the late Aretha Franklin, where they were just, naming, other women in the music industry, and asking for her thoughts on it, a normal fucking question to ask somebody. But anyways, and so they would ask Mariah Carey, and she was I don't know if this is exactly what she said, but she's voice of a generation, and all these other women, and she had these profound things to say. And then they said Taylor Swift, and she said great gowns, beautiful gowns, because you want to say something positive. So I feel like this movie, everything I keep saying is costumes, beautiful. Music, great. It looks cool. It's a great looking movie, but I mean, it's Edgar Wright, so it's going to look amazing. That's where my positivity stops, because it's beautiful. That's beautiful gowns. Great gowns, beautiful gowns. That's my review of this movie. That's what I should have put on my Letterboxd. I think I just put this movie made me insanely angry or something like that.
Yeah,
truly, I don't want to. Oh, sorry. Go on.
You gave it a 1.5 star.
I wanted to give it a 1. I thought that was too harsh, but I kind of want to put it back down to a 1.
Yeah, I gave it 2 stars. I feel pretty similarly. My review said it's a shame all of this somewhat great cinematography and sound design was wasted on such a terrible screenplay.
Controversy.
I think it could have been great. I really do think so. I just think, I mean, Edgar Wright does know how to use sound, as seen in this Baby Driver vinyl that I have on display.
He does know your altered vinyl.
Yeah, altered.
You should just put a sticker. How can you even stand to see his face at all? I guess you want to ruin the integrity of the.
I honestly forgot about it until I figured we were gonna do this.
Pulled it out, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly too, if you would have told me that anybody but Edgar Wright directed this movie, I would have been like, yeah, probably. Because what? I don't know. I hate to comment on this because it's not. I didn't make it, so it's, and I'm also not him, so I guess I can't really comment too much on what kind of movies he is capable of making. But this just felt like it had none of his soul in it. I don't know if that's like harsh to say, but I just didn't see any remnants of him. Maybe I haven't seen enough of his movies, but like I just kept thinking about Shaun of the Dead. And I know he's not going to make the same exact movie, but like it just felt nothing like anything that he's ever done, but in like such a bad way.
Yeah, I was thinking because I watched it with Kayla and one of our friends, and they were really excited for it, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be good, guys. Like, I'm worried.
Yeah, I don't like the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer. Yeah, that's what I said. Is just like it doesn't. Gross. But I said I think they asked obviously why I thought that. I said, like, from what I know, that this is his first real like horror or thriller. Like, I know Shaun of the Dead's like a zombie flick, but I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
Are you saying like a serious, like dramatic,
right?
Kind of, yeah. Okay.
Like horror thriller,
Yeah, I see that.
And I feel like it's probably hard to switch between genres and get everything perfectly, like just perfect.
Yeah, but how do you get it this wrong? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. So, it's like, can you imagine if this was the first of his films you've ever seen?
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to get into any of his other ones. Like, to come after. Like, has he made anything since Baby Driver?
I don't think so. I don't know. It just feels so wildly different. That part of me's like, did he co-direct it with somebody? Like, I was like finding all these excuses of like why it didn't seem like his movie. But I don't know. It just, okay. Let's just go through the list. I guess I have a lot of notes that I took when I was, watching it. But I think, I don't know. This is the first time. I think. I can't remember the movie I had with this. Do you remember when in Dune, like the first thing I said is I can't remember the last time I instantly known I loved something. Mm-hmm. I can't remember a time that I instantly knew I fucking hated something. Like, it truly, maybe that's too harsh. I just truly did not like the experience of watching this movie. And like in theaters, I had a normal experience. I mean, they dressed up. The people that at the like movie theater were dressed up. So I had Spider-Man hand me my popcorn. So like,
nice.
Already a great experience. And then there was like a specific part in the movie where it was the closest I had ever gotten to wanting to leave. Like, if we didn't have to watch this entire movie to cover it for the podcast, I honestly might have left because I was so angry. Like, it was like such a like visceral reaction I've ever had to a movie where I was literally like in the theater. I wish we had seen it together. Because I was in the theater being like, ugh. Like, I was like, I kept rolling my eyes. Like, it just, and I feel bad saying this again. I don't know the kind of reach that we would ever get. But honestly, I think I'm pretty validated in why I had this reaction, and I will get into it. But I just wanted to preface it with that. And if you love this movie and you don't want to hear people shitting on it, then just like, don't listen, because I know that there's a lot of people that like this movie, and I kind of wish you would have really liked it, because then you could have like defended it to me and like, probably made me like it a little bit more. But like, I don't understand how people like this movie. I don't get it. That's my rant for the beginning.
This is interesting because this is the first time that I can remember just going, like, having that what's the word for it? Just like a completely different view as toward like the general public, because I feel like generally this is a well liked movie, and I don't know,
so many people love it.
It didn't do it for me. Like, I was telling you this, like, I look at reviews on Letterboxd for movies like right after I watch them, and I look at the popular ones. For the most part, they were shared similar like viewpoints. Like, it wasn't too good. I think the highest I saw was like a 3, maybe a 4. Mm-hmm. But then I sorted by review date, and I saw mine. It was like, I gave it 2 stars. Everyone else 4, 4.5, 3, 3.5. Like, super well liked. I just never had that reaction. Or
I feel insane.
Yeah, I just think this movie made me think about the plot and how flawed I think it was. Because I feel like, just the whole thing with the mom, none of that made sense.
Where did that go?
Yeah.
And that was one of my notes. Like, so the dead mom seems to have meant nothing other than being a dead mom, which, like, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure in like, say in a slice of somebody's life, yeah, having a dead parent is a big thing, but maybe it's not the only thing in your life. But like, they set it up as such a huge thing. She literally sees her dead mom, like, it seems like every day in her mirror. So like, I don't know, that just seems like such a big thing that they set up. And then I was sure, I was like, okay, maybe she'll like come back, and like,
Kinda
especially the ending scene. Well, okay, she did come back, but I was expecting like not at the very like last 5 fucking minutes of the movie. Like, I thought the time, and maybe I missed it, and maybe you can tell me, but like the horrific stuff she saw when she was in the room, especially at the very end, her like girl boss moment, I thought like the mom would come in and try to comfort her and be like, hey, like, just, you're fine, this is all fake, whatever. But no, she never came back. She came back when she had her dumb fashion show.
Yeah.
And so
I
like,
feel
what was the point? And we didn't know anything about the mom. I don't know. Just so what was the point of that? I don't understand.
There could have been something interesting, I think, because the whole thing with the mom was, she obviously died by suicide, and she had mental health issues, and obviously our main character's going through their own thing, going through to the 1960s every night.
And it seems like they never really explicitly say it, but she probably sees ghosts. Like, she's, has tapped into some sort of like different plane of existence. Maybe her mom did too, but like, they do nothing beyond implying that, that she got over, like, you don't get overwhelmed like your mom. Like, her grandma would always say it like that. Like, well, you're not like your mom, or, and like, okay, well, what was with the mom? Like, I was also expecting like, oh, maybe we'll find something that maybe she lived in that same room too, and that's why she went crazy. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it just felt incomplete.
Yeah, there was that. Another thing is like, they don't explain how, like, what she means by being overwhelmed, because they make it seem like she's done this before at the very beginning. Like, don't get overwhelmed like you usually do, but then she acts like every time she sees a ghost, it's like the first time she's ever seen a ghost. I'm like, okay, so like, does she see ghosts all the time, or does she not? Like, seems like they don't really want to give us that answer, because I would have preferred if she had seen ghosts, and sure, she gets startled when she sees them, but like, she knows what it's like to be overwhelmed, so she knows how to handle it. That's what I was expecting, somebody that knew how to handle what they're seeing. And so when, like, towards the end, when she just gets freaked out constantly, maybe that's my annoyance, because like, obviously if I see ghosts all the time out of nowhere, I'd freak out. But like, when they set it up as her being able to do this constantly, and she knows that she can see ghosts, she knows she can see her mom, then why is she always so fucking freaked out to the point where she can barely function? Like, what?
Yeah.
The only cute thing, the only good thing I liked was, how she like got the Coke, wrote her name on it. The guy, I forgot his name, but I think they say his name like maybe twice. But I think James. But and then he drank it, even though I had her name on it, and the next day he gave her a Coke and wrote sorry on it. Very cute. Loved it. That's where my loving anything from this movie stops. Because the beginning I really liked. I was like, you know what? This movie is like, I think it's starting to prove me wrong. I think I'm going to like it. The beginning is solid. Then it gets worse and worse and worse. Even like the scene where she first dreams and goes to that one club, because then there's the fucking Weasley twins, and I'm like, this movie's amazing.
Yeah.
Already love it, because truly didn't know he was going to be in there. Or I think both of them are in there. And so that was fun.
One of those dance scenes, I just way too long. Like, where they were sort of transitioning back and forth. I
think because he knew that gimmick was cool, and so he wanted to keep doing it. Because I could tell that they did it. I think it was a practical thing that they did, where they would switch out. But yeah, cut it. It was so much practical? Shorter. It looks like it. That's the only reason I couldn't rationalize why they would keep it that long.
It
because
was.
it was like
I was
a cool
also.
kind of scene.
I want to preface. I was pretty tipsy.
I wish
when I
I
watched this.
wish I had a fucking drink when I was watching this movie.
But that scene specifically where they're switching out, the sound design bothered me like insane. Because I don't know if it was just me, but every time
I
they
remember.
switched, or not every time, that's why it bothered me, there was a little like whoo, like to show that they had switched.
Oh, really?
But it wasn't consistent. It was like just random. Because I was expecting it every single time because I was like, oh, they switched. And then it wouldn't happen, but they would still switch. Like, there was just,
And then they had this weird.
didn't make sense.
They kind of continued that with just like the way that they portrayed the characters. Like, they made it seem like she was her, and then there was at times where she was just watching her, and she wasn't her. Like, she wasn't mirroring her.
Right. That I will say was pretty interesting as far as like editing goes, because I remember, I don't know if he said it on the podcast or if it was maybe in a break, but like masking and all that. Like, I just couldn't stop thinking about that. I was like recording the same scene.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
That's very
technically
interesting.
really cool. But then there's like a trend. I feel like he had a trend of having scenes that are way too long. Like, do you remember that one weird scene that felt like a fucking fever dream? And I think that's when the first time where I was like, I want to leave, was when she was like running through, like whatever that Soho, she was like running through it, and people like it seemed like the ghosts were chasing her. She was following her. And that scene was like 5 minutes long. And I was like, cut this for sure. Like, what are we doing here? I don't even remember. Like, I think I just like blacked out in that scene. Or that's probably when I was like going in on my popcorn because I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Got to enjoy some part of this experience.
Sorry, go on.
The part that I did like, you know, I liked the whole lighting just throughout because, you know, there's that whole like nostalgia part of, you know, the past is not as nice as you think it is. All that.
Which I thought was the theme.
Yeah. But the lighting was done really well. In the room, in her apartment, because there's that like neon sign.
Yeah.
But way overdone. Way too much time was spent.
It's like he
changing the colors. Like,
it's like he follows film Twitter, and he knows film Twitters are sluts for wanting to put like the colors in Last Night in Soho and putting like all the main colors, or like
blue and night.
Yeah, or like, you know, he's like just visualizing all the video essays about color in Last Night in Soho. Like, it was just so on the nose, and like, come on.
Yeah, but it didn't even feel. I mean, it didn't feel like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just. You know, was red supposed to be. I don't remember her name, but the 60s lady. And blue
Sandy?
was supposed to be the present time.
I guess, but if they tried to do that, it didn't clock. I didn't clock it in my mind.
It just felt like they found a cool, or made a scene or a set that had those lights, and they were just like, well, we're gonna use them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's some sort of quota of all the colors they need to use. Another thing too, I'm just going down my list of questions of like what exactly did James, if that's what his name was, what exactly did he like about John? What exactly did he like about Ellie? What did he like?
The mysterious nature, I guess.
But like at a certain point, like truly, I understand too. Like, I'm not trying to say that like she's unlikable, like she's completely unlikable, but I feel like this movie didn't give us a chance for us to like her. Like, it set up was us feeling sorry for her, and that doesn't always equal likable. Like, bringing to my next point, or I don't know if you have an answer for that, of like, maybe because I'm not a man, maybe I don't know.
No, I agree with you.
What is exactly likable about her? Or you stay. You know?
No, I completely agree with you, because there's like 2 encounters that they have, maybe 3. No, 2 before he actually starts like showing
her.
Yeah. First is when she first gets to the like loft, whatever, their like apartment building, and she's like struggling. And the second, when she's at the party and she's wearing that like blanket. And then he does the whole coke thing, and then
I guess, and like I feel bad saying this because I feel like it is. I don't know if they were trying to portray her as like somebody that's severely mentally ill, and I'm not trying to say that people that deal with mental illness are not likable, as especially somebody like being one. But my issue is that it's not that she was like a lot to handle. That's not my issue. It's like even some of the decisions she made just had no care for him at all as a person. I'll get into that a little bit later because that's something that I think is the most egregious thing about this movie. But another thing, just like I guess smaller thing, is what exactly did the Mean Girls have anything like? What exactly did they bring to the table? Like, what was the point of having Mean Girls in this movie? Because I was like, maybe there is something, because, you know, whenever they brought that girl in and then she was like being a bitch to her, I was like, what? Like, okay, maybe this is serving some sort of purpose. Like, maybe she has something to do with whatever's happening. Like, maybe she's a descendant of that guy or something. I don't know. But, like, it truly had nothing to do with anything. They just, like, wanted... And, again, that's what I think is that and I can't... I know, I think another woman wrote this with him, but as a man who's writing women, and apparently one of the fun facts is that this is the first movie that he's had that had his main character is a woman, doesn't bode well for you, sir. Anyways, I think it seems like he equates being likable. When you're a woman, being likable is just like stacking all the odds against you and making girls hate you for no reason. Well, we feel bad for her, so she's going to have a love interest that does way too much for her, and that is basically Prince Charming. You know, like, what? Okay, sorry, but also, about the Mean Girls, too, like, first of all, I don't think they serve any purpose. I don't know if you have any thoughts about that. But it truly meant nothing.
No, not really. I want to like this movie so bad. Like I want to
like it too. I did too, and I that's why I think I'm going so hard on it, because I just wanted to like it so much. Even with the trailer, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna like it, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and it still missed every turn. But anyways, so I saw this one tweet where somebody put, like, you know, last night in Soho 2021, and the tweet, it had like a screenshot of another tweet that said, who gets bullied in college?
That's funny.
Anyways, how the hell at the end did that girl not press charges on her? She almost fucking killed her with a pair of shears.
Oh shit.
That was insane.
I completely forgot about that.
They never go back to that. She never has to pay for that. You know, she never has to like pay anything for that. I was like, maybe they'll have a scene where they, you know, she says she's sorry and, you know, they reconcile. Not even that. Not even a small, like, knowing nod being like, thank you for not sending me to jail for almost murdering you. Nothing. But she's a bad person. She's a mean girl. And she said shitty things, but isn't Ellie supposed to be like this amazing person? Anyways.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah,
exactly. It felt like the movie, like, it felt like the movie was like, oh fuck, we didn't want you to see that. Just forget about it. Let me see. Okay. So my biggest issue with this movie in the scene where I wanted to leave was where I think it was on Halloween. Fucking ironic. It was on Halloween where she takes John to her place, even though he's not allowed. And I think that lady was like, I don't know if she said exactly what would happen if she did bring a man. Anyway, she knows she's not supposed to bring any sort of guys to her apartment, which, you know what, cute, whatever. Again, you know, like adding a little bit of scandal to it. Then she has her little like ghost. She goes into her little ghost dimension, wherever the fuck that is. And then she sees Sandy being murdered by Jack, whatever the fuck his name was. And and while this is happening, she just freaks out. She starts yelling, screaming at the top of her lungs. And this kid, mind you, I mean, if I'm assuming people that are listening to this have seen it, but John is a black man. And so she is screaming at the top of her lungs, saying like, get away from her. Just like, or something like that, where she's like, she's
get
screaming.
off of her.
Get off of her, get away from her. Because she is seeing somebody being murdered, right? But she knows these are ghosts. Keep in mind. And this kid is
And it's already
freaking out.
happened.
He's like, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen something like that in front of my very eyes. But anyway.
That's true.
But giving her benefit of the doubt. But I think the lady downstairs yells that she's going to call the police. She's yelling, telling this guy. I think she said she was going to, or no. She said she was going to kill him or something.
I don't remember.
Or she threatened it after the fact, right? Or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah. I honestly don't remember.
I know that the old woman mentioned that she was going to kill him or kill any men that she brought or whatever. Or next time he comes, she's going to kill him or something. Anyways.
I wouldn't put it past the old lady.
No, this was after the fact. But she did yell that she was going to call the police. And like I said, this is a young black man that is in her room. And he's probably thinking, I mean, you know what could happen when you're a black man alone and some white girls yelling after you're just about to have sex, presumably. How in the world did they even think this was a good fucking idea? Because thank God nothing happened. I mean, it's a movie, but thank God nothing happens. He runs out and he steps on glass barefoot. We never revisit that. Nobody ever mentions the fact that his feet are like shredded. And he just has to run out into the street, hoping to God that she doesn't call the police on him or doesn't try to press charges on him. I mean, again, I know it's a movie. I can just hear people saying like it's a movie, but the implications of it, like how can you tout that apparently this was like colorblind casting, so they just cast like the best actors, but how do you do that and not revisit your script? Okay, so this guy's gonna be in it, so let's revisit our script to make sure it doesn't cause any sort of triggering scenes for people of color, like, or for black men that watch this movie. Like, that is fucking horrific. And they never even revisit it. She's never like, sorry, now I understand how that could possibly have gone down for you, and I'm sorry about that. She never even fucking says anything. I think she does apologize, but like,
yeah, that, and then like,
that made me so fucking angry. She wouldn't stop yelling. It went on too long. Sorry, go on.
The way I don't know the timeline of events, but almost the day after at the library. And then like all that shit happens and he's still like, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. There's no way. And then he finds her in the street. I don't know. It just like, you remember that? She's like running and he's like, Ellie. And I'm like, oh, please stay as far away as you possibly can. And so after this scene, after this terrible, terrible scene, that's when I think the woman tells her at the night, she's like, I'm sorry for that. She gives more of a heartfelt apology to the woman that threatened to call the police on him than she does to John, mind you. And and that woman tells her, if you bring him back, if you bring another man, or if you bring him back again, I'm going to kill him.
Sheesh.
Red flags, bitch. Like, get out of there. And then she does bring him back. I mean, he doesn't go into the building, but she's like, knowing that lady said, if you bring him back, I'm going to kill him. She decides she needs to leave. She brings him, or he drives her. And she says, if I don't come back in 15 minutes, not call the cops. She said, come in after me or come check on me. Bitch, you are asking too much of him.
How did you feel about the plot twist?
Stupid. I saw it from, that's another thing. I knew what was going to happen. I saw it like from 30 minutes in. Maybe not 30 minutes, like an hour. I knew that lady was Sandy pretty early on.
I did not know, but I feel like I could have created a better twist.
Yeah, because then there's like this weird...
I don't want that to be like, I know that sounds super pretentious, but like, that's the first time that I've ever thought that. Like, I've never, like, I just felt extremely underwhelmed by it.
Also, I'm sure that you wouldn't use violence against women as a plot device. That is not even interesting.
Yeah.
Like to use this, like, somebody called it, there's this review that perfectly summarized what I said. And they also were like, they talked about the scene I just like ranted about, and they were like, how is nobody talking about this? And I agree, but it's a critic, her name is Christina Newland, She did a review for iNews, and she put it perfectly where she called it like it's basically like white feminism, where this is like that's why I always call it the girl boss moment, where all these men are like, help us, and she's like, no. Okay. I don't know, it's just so stupid. Or they called it like a reverse Jack the Ripper thing. Stupid as hell.
That's what I wanted to mention. I don't know if maybe this is too far out there, but just something that I thought of. But it just felt like the entire movie was a majority of the movie at the beginning is just like, men suck ass, right? Obviously, for Jack is not who we thought he was. He's a pimp.
Or the cab driver.
Yeah, all those people. And then it took a twist, I feel like, at the end, where like just the overall twists were, men aren't that bad. Like, forget you guys for thinking, like, audience for thinking that these people were bad, or these men specifically. The guy at the bar, creepy bar guy, just a cop. All those guys, yeah, they were like hiring prostitutes, working with pimps, but they were victims. It just felt like that to me, where it's like,
I don't know if
just a weird twist.
Yeah, I think I definitely was like, what are you trying to say now, Edgar? Like, what's going on? And I don't know if I felt as much of like, I do think the beginning was very much like men are bad. And the end, I don't know if I would say it said men are good. I think to me it was saying, like, the beginning is men are bad, and then the end is but women can also be bad. Like, okay. Make it, I mean, I don't know. I kind of see what they were going for, but, like, it's not interesting. And honestly, like, the whole white feminism, like, aspect of it, I do think it was, like, instead of a empowering moment, it was a girl boss moment. And girl boss is very much a meme. So that's not a compliment. But yeah, I think it is confusing. And I think that's probably the thing I don't like about it as much, is because it can very easily be translated as that. And I'm not surprised you got to that, of like, men are bad, but like maybe not.
Yeah.
Because it felt like it was trying to say that, or maybe it tried to say something else, but it stumbled on that. Yeah.
I got nothing else to say about this movie.
Me neither. I mean, I will say I apologize if I offended you, but truly, get over it. I don't know. Like, this is just, I mean, I don't think people that like this movie are stupid. I'm sure that's why I said I wanted to, I kind of hope that you liked it, because I'm sure, I don't think people are lying when they say they like it. I think they just like brought something else out of it. Like, maybe they are nostalgic and they did like the warning of like, don't totally rely on your nostalgia for comfort, because it's not as comforting as you think. Like, I think that's a really cool thing to explore. And I wish he would have just gone to that. I don't know why they had to bring in the whole like sex work is bad, all that, because like, sure, there's a lot of instances where it is very bad, but in a more modernized society, sometimes it's not. So like, let's not paint it out as, just a terrible thing all the time, always, Anyways, so if you did like it, please, I mean, don't feel like you can't let us know, because I do, especially if you're in our Discord, because I want to hear what people did like about it. Because I'm sure there is something that I'm just not seeing, or maybe all the things I hate about it are just like painting my entire experience of it. But like what you like, don't like what you don't like, and leave it at that.
Yeah, don't let us persuade you or dissuade you. Like, I don't think.
I just hope you do look at the things that I at least were saying and being like, yeah, this was not the correct way to do it, or to expand your experience on looking at other points of view.
Yeah, I think ultimately, at least my goal, I assume it's safe to say that it's yours as well, with our Discord and just like the community that we hope to create just in and outside of the Discord, is one that acknowledges and accepts multiple viewpoints of movies, and it doesn't discourage any of that. And
yeah,
yeah, if you like this movie, I want to know why.
I do too. I think there are a lot of things to like. I just didn't see it, but yeah. But I think it's nice when you can have a community of people that feel comfortable saying exactly what they think. Because I don't know. I'm curious because I do want to appreciate this movie more, but yeah, I can't do it on my own. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we need you guys.
Yeah. I did enjoy talking about it though, and part of me is kind of glad that you agree with me because I felt insane. Like I felt like I was the only person that didn't like it.
Yeah, well, I was going through the reviews. I was like, no.
I was like,
no.
am I like, what movie did I watch? Because I feel like I just didn't see it. But yeah, I did kind of make a funny joke. Well, I don't know if it's funny, but I told like people at work that I hated it. And my boss was like, "Oh, was like the music at least good? Like why?" Or she was like, "Why didn't you like it?" And I said, like not all the reasons, but like a abbreviated version. And she was like, "What about the music?" And I was like, "I mean, it was cool, but like I could just listen to a Spotify playlist. Like I didn't need to watch this movie to listen to this music." Yeah, music is good. Listen to the soundtrack, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know if it's the trailer, but and like seeing it too many times, but the whole downtown.
Yeah, I was like, just stop it right there. And it felt like they didn't even edit it at all for the trailer. They just played it exactly how it was.
Yeah.
Which is a good version, but I wish I would have just heard it in the movie and not the trailer, because I would have been obsessed with it if I just heard it just in the movie.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, speed it up, girl.
And I gotta say, the gowns that she made,
beautiful gowns,
were not even.
Oh, they were so. That is my favorite thing. No, I need this. We can end it on this because I almost forgot. But one of my favorite fucking things is in movies when they're like, this person's a fashion designer, or this person is a singer, or like the person is like specialized in some way, and obviously they're not. It's fake. And then they like, you listen to the song finally, or you see their art, or you see their fashion line, and it's bad, or it's like not remarkable at all. It's so fucking funny. And when I saw this dress, like the first dress, I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not well versed in fashion, but I don't think that's. She just had like, it reminded me of that trend. Maybe it's just like a South Texas thing that happened in like 2008, but when people duct taped their shoulder straps on their backpacks, they put like just duct tape.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I don't know, whatever.
That's very funny. And yeah, and none of them, I was like, she only did the same version of that like one dress, not the jacket, not even like maybe some of the outfits she wore at that club, like nothing. All right, girl.
Just the pink dress from like the first time that they interacted.
And then John is there like, you did amazing. I'm like, man, this man, he deserves the fucking like, what award can we give him? He's gonna have. Oh, we're gonna give him an award at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah. I don't like. He stuck through it. I don't know. Yeah, we'll come up with one.
You know how they like doesn't the president give out like the Medal of Honor to like, it's like the highest award you can give a citizen or something?
Oh yeah, Medal of Honor.
Or civilian. Yeah, that's what he's gonna get. Cause holy shit.
Yeah, he went through some shit.
Yeah. Hope he's doing well. But he stuck through. All right. Well, that's all I have. That's all I can give to this movie.
Yeah. I want to ask why he liked this movie.
I can tell you off.
Okay.
Recording. No, I'm kidding. No, I can. Yeah, I've seen so many, like, the. Never mind.
Okay.
They're like, came out with this movie, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. You're lying. All right, cut this all out. For real, don't put this in there.
Yeah, I'll cut it out. I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it.
It's because it's because they're all. Oh yeah, can you please it? Because that's funny. Yeah. And we haven't had a thing where people are like, what are they saying?
Yeah, we gotta generate some buzz,
when we talk. Oh, we should do that at the end of the episode all the time. Just like have stuff we out. Just about this entire episode. Oh, but that's for sure. I've seen like Um.
I'm gonna bleep out like even like name. I wonder why.
Oh, bleep out all of it. We'll say, and then like even the part where I'm like, and then it's because, and then bleep all that out.
I love this.
Like the guy that wrote.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he was like seeing my best or my good friend's movie. I'm like, I would have walked out. Like all these people, or even I was like, don't lie to this man and say that you like this movie. Or it's because here's another bleep.
Oh shit, that is like a between the.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's baby.
I'm just gonna listen to. I don't really listen to the episodes anymore, but I'm just gonna listen to this one part where you bleep out like the entire thing, like anything that's revealing Anthony, like bleep it all out. I think that's
I know,
very
but
funny.
I gotta. Yeah, this is fun. Well, I want to generate some buzz. You know, my review had someone say "boo" on this movie, so
Boo.
said "boo."
Oh.
Whatever.
Yeah. But then if we ever get like more listeners, I don't think I can be this candid anymore. I think people are gonna actually be mad at me.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe that's what the appeal will be.
That's what our thing.
Yeah.
Our thing will be. I don't want that to
All
be
right.
it though.
No.
Yeah, let's end this episode.
Okay.
Thank you guys for listening to episode 99. A very special episode coming up next week.
Do you want to say? Oh, we can say it. You can bleep it out.
Yeah,
Well,
go for it.
What the fact on?
Yeah.
That we have our good friend.
On. I'm very excited. We had a fun talk, so check it out.
It'll
Episode
be a really
100.
good episode. Yeah.
We made it to triple digits. Cool.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.